Here with sophomore Concordia football running back Joe Connor. Joe last week was also recently named Mid-State's Offensive Player of the Week. So congratulations, Joe. Thanks for your time today. Just start off by kind of bringing us up to speed. This is your first year of competition, of eligibility here at Concordia. Redshirted last year. Just kind of talk about your progression as a student athlete here, maybe some of the things that you were able to learn as a redshirt that's been able to put you in a good, well positioned to do well this year for the team.
Well, last year, being a redshirt, I got to work with the scout team. We faced the first team defense every single day. So going against those guys and our defense being as good as they are this year, especially last year too, it just got me that much better. Those guys really picked me up, made sure that I was giving them a good look. And I really wanted to give those guys a good look so we could be successful on Saturday. So they motivated me, I motivated them, so it was kind of just how teamwork came together.
Good. And then, shifting forward as far as, spring ball going into, training camp, as that, you have a number of running backs on the roster, just kind of talk about how that's kind of a brotherhood and, by committee as far as whoever's numbers called and doing well that day to kind of pick each other up and keep going.
Well, we all want the same thing, that's to win. And so we all understand that everyone brings something different to the table as far as versatility. And so those guys we just come together, make sure we're pushing each other harder in drills, make sure we're cheering for each other, whenever we're doing team or scout or anything like that. So we're definitely looking out for each other. It definitely helped having two seniors on the running back committee. Especially when it came down to blocking and just being in game type situations, those guys really looked out for you, so it's nice to have.
Good, and this year for yourself personally, been very productive. One of the conference leaders in rushing, and just kind of been a steady force for the Cardinals offense. Talk about that role a little bit, how that's grown, and how you've been able to put up the numbers you have.
Well, all credit goes to my offensive line and OC, obviously. Those guys really put a lot of work in this offseason and showing. We had, Cody step up as a freshman, doing a big job at tackle, and those guys really came a long way. As far as me fitting in, it's the same offense. I've been running it for a year now, so now I feel more comfortable running it. As the season continues going, I see, different holes, things differently. So, as the season goes on, I progress and we progress as a team, just moving forward.
Good. And last week, just talk a little bit specifically about that performance, school record for rushing yards. Very efficient as well, averaging I think it was just right around 7 yards per carry, 9 yards. But just talk a little about last week's performance.
Well, last week was a lot of fun. Those guys were opening up the biggest holes I've ever seen. And basically, when I get the ball, I just kind of run through anything I can see on the field and try to get to the end zone. So that was a lot of fun. I kept getting my number called, so kept putting the ball in my hands. I felt like I had an obligation to carry the team. That's what we did. Good.
Now shifting gears, got a big time opponent this week. Talk about how it's been like preparing for them and maybe some adjustments you have to make as they probably might focus their game plan around you in the running game.
Well, for us, we're playing this game like it's a national championship. It's the number one team in the country, and you don't really get opportunities like this too often to face the number one team in the country. So it's definitely been a lot more intensity this week in practice, a lot more focus on just technique and skill and getting to the right places and being there and seeing it faster. So this week we definitely want to pick up their blitz. They're a really good blitzing team, and we want to bring our best game because to us this is the biggest game of Concord history.
Right. Well, good luck. Good luck this week against Marion, and congratulations on the Player of the Week award. Sophomore running back Joe Connor. Thanks, Joe.
Joe.